Over the past years, I have done a lot of journaling. You see, that's my mental health practice. Um, I was looking back through one of my journals, and an old journal reminded me of a time in my life when I felt like I was drowning, but I didn't tell anyone. It was right after my wife and I had gotten married. I didn't tell my boys. I didn't tell my wife. And I honestly was not honest with myself. My wife would lovingly ask me, babe, what's wrong? And I'd say, I'm fine, I'm good. But truth be told, I was not. I was angry, I was tired, frustrated, confused, but mostly I was ashamed. I was ashamed that I didn't have it altogether coming into this thing called marriage. I was comparing myself to others and our relationship and our marriage to others. I was ashamed that I didn't feel as confident or strong as I thought I should be or be where I should be in my career. Ashamed that I didn't have the answers to everything. And this one, I was ashamed that I couldn't really explain what I was feeling. So I did something, I pushed her away, but it wasn't because I didn't love her, but it was because I didn't know how to let her love me while I was going through, while I was breaking. I've learned that sometimes the moment we as men need love the most is the moment we distance ourselves the most. And I know that sounds crazy. I know it doesn't make sense, but it happens and it's real. So many of us are taught early on that being emotional, isn't acceptable, and that it makes us weak, that expressing doubt or pain, or not having the answers or not knowing how to fix this or that means we don't have it all together, or we're out of control. So what do? We shut down, we isolate, we throw up walls instead of opening up doors. I wasn't trying to be cold. I just felt, honestly, if I let my wife into the mess in my head, that she'd lose respect for me, or worse, since we had just gotten married, that she would second guess this decision that we just made, and that was heavy. But here's what I've come to understand. I've come to understand that men, we we crave emotional safety just as deeply as anyone else. But emotional safety doesn't always look like talking right at the moment or having the answer. Sometimes it looks like silence, and sometimes it looks like space, like needing time to process what we're dealing with without any pressure. And if you're in a relationship with a man that's going through what I went through, and honestly, what I fight not to do now, that shutting down thing, just know that what we need isn't fixing. We need time and presence, not constant asking of what's wrong. You didn't do anything wrong, but basically being there. I'm here. No rush, no judgment. You see, when I was in that place, the more someone tried to pull me out, the deeper I would go in. I was like a turtle. I was doing that turtle thing, just retreating into my shell. But when my wife gave me the time, the presence, and the love, and was just there with me, when she didn't demand answers, but gave me patience and understanding and kindness, that's when I started to open up. And not because she forced me to, but because she made me feel safe enough to share. And I cared enough to share with her. And to the men watching this, I know what it's like to stay silent because you think no one will understand. But I promise you, your silence might protect your pride. But being open and sharing with your person, that one that you love, is what protects your peace. And also, let me add this: you, my brother, you have to make the decision to come out from that place. That's a call. That's a call to action for you. You don't have to carry it alone. And asking for help, that's not weakness. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. And to the women who love us, thank you. Thank you for staying when we didn't know um, how to say what we needed. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your presence. And thank you for your grace. I've learned that being a better man doesn't mean pretending to be Superman or unbreakable. It means being brave enough to be honest with myself and honest to that person that I chose to spend my life with. Sometimes the strongest thing a man can say is, I need help. Or to that person, I need you. Now, if this resonated with you, I want you to share it with someone who needs to hear it. Peace and love, family.